Okay, so I want to be sure this recorded. So the maiden edition on our clarity session, and this is this will be on record that at our first session we have just 5 persons, including myself, in attendance. Just so that when we have the entire Africa on our platform, transiting into tech, we can refer back to such a day like this. And when we need to inspire someone, I was going through a catalog of some of the top IT brands websites today, what it looks like when they started. I saw YouTube website, I saw Amazon, I think I saw Microsoft. It's if I see have the link, maybe I'll share it with us. It looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous, and the objective is the objective, and men of visions do not see the obstacles. They know what they are going for and they stick to it. And so if there's anyone in the room who is in that space where you are just doing this, this is a new journey for you, and you will definitely see one or two things that will make you to say, hey, I hope you know what you're doing, right? And so it is what it is. Every great ending has the beginning, right? So what this is a clarity session for those who are transiting into tech, who want to know how to navigate their journey, who wants to know what the journey holds for them, and if it is indeed a wise career move. So I'm going to get right into it. We'll be sharing my slide. Give me a minute. I'm sharing my slide now. Okay. Oops. Okay, so this is about you knowing your why, knowing your niche, knowing your why, knowing your niche, and how to transition. So let's start with what is going on, right? No man exists in isolation. No career exists in isolation. Everyone's career is intertwined with the current economic realities globally and in your own local community. So the outlook or whatever decision you are going to make, it has to be based on what is currently obtainable in the world of work, the current trend, what are the trends saying, it puts you in a place to make a better decision and to see where the world is going. So the first thing I have here is saying that the demand to hire tech talent is expected to increase by 22% between 2020 between 2020 and 2030, substantially faster than all other occupations. 22% increase in the demand for tech talent. 22%. This shortage could have cascading consequences. By 2030, it is estimated that the United States will lose $162 billion worth of revenue annually unless it finds more tech talent. And that tech talent shortage could result in $8.5 trillion in unrealized annual revenues globally. So there is a statistics of what, and I have to cite United States specifically because, of course, one of the world leading economy now has the largest workforce in terms of tech, and even at that, it's been said that they are going to lose 162 billion if the tech talent shortage is not addressed immediately. And not just losing revenue, there's also going to be talent shortage. I mean, that there's also going to be an unrealized revenues of 8.5 trillion naira. These are figures. It may look maybe may not align with your reality, it may look off, but it is just what it is. That is what a nation will lose if they don't address their tech talent shortage. And also, according to a report by the African Development Bank, Africa herself faces a significant shortage of technological talents, and this is estimated to with an estimated 4 million new technology jobs. 4 million new technology jobs. Excuse me. 4 million new technology jobs expected to be created by 2025, and only enough skilled professionals to fill 50% of this role. So with the rate at which technology adoption is growing in Africa, I think I should read something to you here. Give me a minute. I'm trying to put up. With the rate at which technology rate is growing in Nigeria, over the last 7 years, the continent has seen a staggering increase in the number of new players in technology and tech-enabled companies. And you know what that means. We have seen tech startups in Africa grow 6 times faster than the global average. 6 times faster. 6 times than the global average. Tech startups has grown in Africa faster in across the world. Across the world, Africa. It beats the America, it beats East Africa, it beats Asia 6 times faster than the global average. So, and that's about 46% increase in the number of startups. And these are guys that have secured funding. So it's not just an average startup. I'm talking about guys that have been able to call the attention of, excuse me, someone trying to. Oh, my gracious God. There's someone that's supposed to join. We are currently in session. How do I get the link across? So the person had said she lost a contact that she's profiled with on the community group. So I'm going to send this to her in a minute. Okay, that's done. So this is, I'm saying this to just show what is going on. So it's not just, we're not just making mouths. It's not just people don't know what to do next. They say it's tech. Africa itself as a continent average every other continent 6 times, and 46% increase in number. The number of jobs, tech job available have not even been filled up. That's the truth. And these things are not made up. These numbers are not made up just to in a way of not overemphasizing what the current reality is. And like I said, in this second point, that by 2025, we only have 50% that will be able to fill the roles that will be available. So this is where the world is going. One of the current trends when they were analyzing is there's something we call accelerated digital transformation. So we can see technology invading every sphere of life. And what this means is an increase. There's an increased demand in people who can do this job. 1 in 16 workers may have to switch occupations by 2030. And that's more than 100 million workers across its economic study. That's McKinsey. 1 in every 16 workers will have to switch. There is no other way. You have to switch. There is what that means also is that some jobs will no longer be on the table because of the accelerated digital transformation. Some jobs will no longer be on the table. And everybody has to move. Extinction will happen to a lot of jobs because of the accelerated digital transformation that is going on. So that's a food for thought for everyone. So the next thing we are looking at is, why are you transiting into the tech industry? What's your own why? Have you asked yourself, why are you doing this? And you need to ask yourself again and again. I was talking to someone who is a project manager at a logistic company, and who is, she said she wanted to transition into tech. And I'm like, oh, wow, you're already in project management, so that should make it easy. But why do you want to move into tech? And she really couldn't say anything. Like, I just feel I want to move. You cannot just feel you want to move. You need to be able to establish your why for moving. And it's just like what we teach in business class, when they say to you that you don't go into a business you don't have passion for. Because why is that is when issues start popping up as peculiar to every adventure, you will meet challenges peculiar to every adventure. You will meet challenges. So if it's something you are not really into, if there's no part of you that is given to that cause, you will easily backed out. So what happened down the line, where first 6, we ask anyone who has gone into tech, yes, on the average, the skill mastery may take you like 2 years mastering your skills. And of course, if you're lucky, you can get your first gig in the first 6 months. And on the regular, you may not get your first gig until 2 years, where you have considerably demonstrate a level of mastery, tractions by experiences that can be seen on your portfolio. People begin to take you serious at that point. So can you, whatever your why is, can it sustain you for that long? Can your why sustain you for that long? All right. So that is why we have to really ask ourselves, why am I doing this? I remember there was a time in my career where for like 9 months, was it longer, 2018, I was out of job for almost a year. But it's either tech or nothing. I can't. There were other things, there were other people around me who were doing things, who were even successful at it. In fact, some friends said I should come and do XYZ. Do I want to do XYZ? But tech is tech for me. And that's my why. I have my own why, and I'm going to get there shortly. So it's just important that you establish your why for what you want to do, because when the going get tough, is your reason may sustain you. Your reason may sustain you. Yeah. So I listed here 4 things. Emotional, I was talking to someone this morning. It was an interview. It wasn't a job interview anyway. And then they were asking me XYZ about my career goal, and it just hits me that I have this savior mentality. And so I'm not saying that to brag or something. I just find out that that's intrinsic to my person. That there is this somewhere in my head where I hold this thought that yes, we can save the world, we can help people. Of course, savior mentality is just that someone that you just believe there's something you can do to change the narratives. You just believe there's something you can do to help someone. You just believe there's something you can do to give people a better life. And that's it for me. It's a cause. I was talking to a senior developer. He works with my firm some while ago, and we're talking about, so I'd teased him before that he should come and teach me programming. So we're just gisting again, as a follow-up on that conversation. That's a while ago. Conversation I had, the first I had career with him was 2019, yeah. So, and then he was saying that you don't need to be a developer to be in tech, or you don't need to be a developer to be in tech. I'm trying to use his exact word. But he said, if you want to build something, like if you're passionate about building something, I said you can. Yes, you have to. If you want to build something that you wake up and see, like a Zuckerberg today, that yes, I build that. Or like a Microsoft today, that I build that. I said yes, you need to come on board. So if that's a passion for you, building things, building and breaking things, yes, it's a word where you can build. It's a word, tech word is somewhere you can build. You can know. You can build. I know people who have built something even that nobody has bought. We're going to get to that point. Yes, so it could be for a cause. Like I said, for myself, I believe we can change the world. I believe we can heal the world. I believe I don't have to cause the darkness. I can be a light in my own space. I can do things that can, that's intrinsic to me. That's my person. And I see tech as a field where that can be possible. So whatever your own is, maybe it makes you happy. Because that be an emotional reason, but it makes you happy that anytime you are at it, you are excited. It's enough reason. Although I'm going to get to balance that as we move on. Then for social reason, maybe your self-esteem, some people like to be seen as a techie, career association, we are the doctor, so we are the doctor, or we are the barristers. Yes, I'm a member of the senior advocate of Nigeria. And some people are just wired that way. They want this career association. So what do? You want to be able to say, yeah, I'm a tech guy. My tech bro, my tech skills. So it could be for career association. But whatever your why is, just make sure it can sustain you, because we all don't know how long the journey is. Whatever your why is, make sure it's something that can sustain you in the days where there may be challenges on your way. Whatever your why is, your reason may be spiritual. Maybe you just have this epiphany that yes, I just have this gut feeling that I should be in tech. We just have a dream, this is Africa, and I have to speak to our context. We just dreamt And of course, I consider myself as someone who believe in beyond ourselves, right? So it could be an epiphany, just with I think this is what I should do. You have many people like that. And so that could form your why. And it could be a dream. And then the last point could be a financial reason. More money. Everybody needs money. Everybody needs money. Okay. So this meeting will end in 10 minutes, but we are supposed to last 1 hour. And that's because the Zoom link will time out in another 10 minutes. So if you, once you're logged out, just click the link again, and we're going to come back into the room. Yeah, I think I'm halfway, so I'm sure in another 10 minutes I should be done so that we can take questions. Right, yep. So it can be more money, and there is money in tech. There is money in tech. Yes, there are broke tech bro and taxis, and there are tech bro and taxis that are cashing out big time, right? So I feel just like every other industry, um, the industry will not change you. We are still who we are. So some people know how to maximize their social network to get better things for themselves. Some people know how to cite opportunities. Some people, so it's going to get, so whatever you're going to get out of the industry is going to get beyond your skill. Of course, your skill is the number one on the list, but you can't be shocked that there are far other high impact factors that will determine how much you make out of here, right? So, and I think we know that already. There are broke programmers, there are rich programmers. There are broke data analysts, there are rich data analysts. There are broke product managers, there are rich product managers. So it's just like today, there are broke accountants, there are rich accountants, there are broke doctors, there are rich doctors, there are charge and bail lawyers, there are, also the same way it happens across different industry. So you also see in the tech space. But of course, some places promise more than others, and the tech industry sure it promises more than, maybe not than others. It promises more relatively if we have to compare it to other spaces, right? So whatever but that's my concluding thought on your why. So you need to sit down. So there are resources out there that help you to understand your why. There was this model five whys. There's a model of 5 whys. You can check it out. Is it 4 or 5 whys? They ask you why, and you ask why again. You ask why again until you reveal the underlying determinant. I mean the underlying factor for your why. So you can't get to your real why with just asking one why. You need to ask why and why and why and why. These are things we can get into during personal coaching or when we sit one-on-one to have conversations like this, right? But whatever your why is, it is your why. And your why should be anything that will sustain you through the journey. Your why should be that which will give you sufficient motivation, which will inspire you to learn, to set for opportunities. Your why should be that which you sustain you when there are challenges, when you feel you're stuck on that journey. That is what your why should be able to do. Your why should be that dashboard you can go back to. Your why should that be that inspiring coach you can go back to that tells you why you started in the first place. I remember a movie I watched about is a boxer, and then he was at the final laps of a competition, but he was being knocked out severely, and he was almost going to quit. He felt he was losing, and his coach looked at him and he said, "Nobody asked you to win. We do not send you here to win, but just don't quit." Turns out that he has a father who quit, who used to be a boxer, and he didn't make it to the finish line. And that was what formed his own why. And so he has someone behind him that just come to remind him, we don't ask you to win, just don't quit. So if it's more money, yeah, get into it. Go on, do it, look for it. It is there. You can get it. It is available. That is your why. And if you just have this gut feelings that this is what I should be doing, yeah, it's your life and it's running already. So whatever it is you feel you should do it. Your why is your why. I think I've spent enough time on that. And I had to do that because it's actually the most important part of this conversation. Okay, so let's move to the next one. What are the various opportunities in the tech ecosystem? All right, so I thought you would have expected me to list out all the roles that you can see, but I decided to go this route of just giving us the entire concept of a tech organization or the tech industry end to end. What are the things that play in that space? And then, so what I can do or I will do is I will share an exhaustive list of what of these roles have. But I want to use the concept of the building to explain to us the various opportunities in the tech ecosystem. And this cut across every sector, whether it is health tech or HR tech, or it's fintech, or prop tech, or ed tech, or agri tech. I can go on and on. Whatever space you're playing, whatever industry is, this cut across. So these roles, these opportunities can be found in every of these tech divisions. All of them have somebody playing that role, right? So as a founder today, so you just look and you said, I want to build a 3-story building. I want to build a 50-floor skyscraper. You're the founder. So the founder in this place is the founder. So you see somebody founder Flutterwave, founder Paystack, founder InterSwitch, founder Apple, founder Google. That's the person that conceived the idea. That's the person that conceived the solution. We can create a solution like this. You can create a solution that can do X, Y, Z. That's the founder. And so you can be a tech founder, and anybody can be a tech founder. Anybody who can conceive a digital solution and has a sufficient guts and resources. And when I mean resources, I'm not only talking about finances. In fact, my first on the list is not finances. Oh, but I cannot, this session will not give me a level to go deeply into that. But I will just keep it at that level, that anyone who can conceive an idea that and has the will to see it come to fruition and has the resources can be a founder. Anyone can be a tech founder. Anyone, right? So, but of course, are there failed founders? Yes, a lot. Are there successful founders? You know them. Are there broke founders? Yeah, there are. Are there frustrated founders? Yeah, there are also a lot of successful founders. And you can be a tech founder. In fact, all right, so this would time out now. So you have just 1 minute. So I will just stop and then we'll come in again. Is that fine? Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So let's